What's up, guys? This is Platypus Bob. We are going to try something a little different today in the video format because the last video I made, the one that took place around Cardinal Tower and I was fighting the last giant, I just wasn't particularly pleased with the quality. The audio was bad, it was a long video, and I just got a lot of feedback that it wasn't particularly interesting. So I'm going to try to liven things up a little as much as I can. Maybe focus a little less on gameplay and just do more of a chat with the viewers. And hopefully that will make for something a bit more interesting. Right now what I'm doing, just to give a little context, is I'm going to all the areas where you can use the Soldier's Key, which is what we got from defeating the last giant. But I'll probably not talk too much about the gameplay unless it is particularly important, and I'll just chat about other things in the meantime. Now, the only reason I wasn't just kind of free-balling my commentary previously was that it's tough to just think of what to say off the top of your head, and to do so while playing a game that is relatively strategic at the same time isn't exactly easy. But what I really would like to do is get better at commentating, because making YouTube videos, even though it's never been something that I've been particularly good at or even been met with a lot of success, it's something that I've always really enjoyed. There's just something about being able to take your ideas and have them be heard by others that I've always really liked. And with games like Dark Souls, I just have always felt like I might have something to add, which I hope is the case. I mean, I think that I know a lot about the game, and this is a game where your amount of knowledge about how to do it is really going to affect your enjoyment. I know friends who have attempted to play the game and been really turned off by the fact that they just really don't know what they're doing. But for me, I always enjoyed it because I liked it. I always felt like I was motivated to learn things. And when I did learn things, I was met with a lot of success as a result. So it's been very fulfilling to learn about the game. Now, to help keep this little series interesting, I would really appreciate it if, like, everyone who watches this video, which will be, probably a single digit number of people, but I want everyone who watches this video, oh boy, this is a terrible situation. But I want everyone who watches this video, even if you know me and talk to me, in real life, to leave some sort of comment or question, whether it's about Dark Souls or not, just to give me something to talk about in other videos. I think it would make it a little easier for me to, come up with topics if that was the case, and it would just be more interesting for you guys, but also it would give a bit of a sense of community, because that's what's nice about making YouTube videos for anyone who does it. It's not just about putting stuff up, it's about hearing what other people think about it. So I would really, that's why I'm asking for comments and feedback on the videos. It's not, I mean, it is nice to have advice for how to improve, but also I want interaction with you guys. Even if it's only 5 people, it means a ton. Now, since I don't have any real questions or comments to go off of in this video, I'll just talk a little bit more about the gameplay. Once you come through this area, you get to a bonfire at the end. I think it's called Soldier's Rest, and it's a totally optional area, but what it does have that might interest you is if you go into this room near the bonfire, there is a dead giant who is turning into a tree, and sometimes on the branch you will find the seed of the Tree of Giants, which is an interesting item that makes it so if you get invaded by another player, If you consume that item, it makes it so all of the enemies in your world will start attacking them. Um, so it's an item with a very particular use, but if you don't want to be invaded, and especially if you're a beginner in the game like you would be in this area, and you get invaded by someone who is just looking to beat up on new players, it can be very useful to give you the upper hand. Now, the last thing that you can do with the Soldier's Key is, if you come back past this area, the shortcut that you opened up near the last giant boss, there is one final door that you can unlock that will lead to another new boss. Now, I'll show you where the door is, but I don't think that I want to take on this boss right now. He's definitely one of the tougher bosses out of the few you can fight at this point, because Dark Souls is a very non-linear game. I'll show you very soon that there's other areas you can go right now. So I would recommend going to a different area, training up a little, and then going back to fight that boss. But I just wanted to show you that that's the final use of the Soldier's Key, because this episode I just wanted to focus on areas that use that. Aside from the fact that the videos I've been making haven't been exceptional, I've really been enjoying making videos lately. I've been hitting a pretty good pace with them, coming out with a couple a week, which is good. Right now, I was able to start because I was on winter break and had pretty much nothing at all to do, so I thought I might as well do something minutely productive and make videos. I don't know why I consider it at all productive in my head, but it passes the time, and it's very engaging. And to make a video, it'll probably take half an hour to an hour of gameplay, maybe a little less sometimes, and then probably takes an hour to edit, because I'm not very familiar with Sony Vegas. But I'm happy with the overall result. The overall production value is generally something I'm pleased with. Not necessarily the audio. In the last video, I was a little annoyed how it came out, because I don't like making silly mistakes like that. But now I've started school back up again, which I thought would make me a little more busy, but I still have a lot of free time. It's not too hard to balance this with homework. I mean, I'm a bit busy. Yeah, I mean, 10th grade is tough. They say that it'll be a bit more challenging than 9th, and I had no problems with 9th grade, but alright, no, I'm just I'm just messing with everybody. I'm not 15, I'm a senior in college. But the point is, I'm happy that I have plenty of time to work on the videos, because this is something I want to actively get better at. So to continue with the theme of keys that we had and didn't use, I went into the Majula Mansion using the key that Kale gave us. And usually at the bottom there is a skeleton, which you saw me fight, and a chest. But I forgot that there was actually a special event going on in the game where this chest dropped special reskinned items. Like, you see this sword has a blue blade. So I like the long sword, and even though it's not the weapon I was going to use mainly for this run, I think it'll do a bit better than the short sword, so I'm going to continue to use this. Well, even though I didn't get a whole ton done, I think I'm going to cut this video here, just because my goal in this video was to tell you this little update about how I might be somewhat changing up the format, and I just wanted to use the 2 keys in our inventory. So hopefully this will be a relatively short video. Please leave a comment with something you'd like to hear me talk about, or a question, or something along those lines. And if you don't want to do that, at least tell me some feedback, whether or not this video is slightly more interesting to listen to, and if you think that doing this is a good idea. So I will say so long.